Serve it. Serve ice cream a new way every day. Ice cream is a valuable food. 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 Food.
Hey everybody, how is it going? Welcome back. This is Friday, isn't it? Yeah, it's Friday. I know that the thumbnail said we would be playing some Star Citizen, and I have a little apology, little misdirect for you on that. Star Citizen just got a patch today. It went from 4.8 to 4.8.1, so it got a hot fix to fix a bunch of the stuff that was messed up with it from the 4.8 rollout, which, to be honest, wasn't as bad as some of the previous rollouts from that I've seen. So I'm going to jump into Elite Dangerous, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I've been doing behind the scenes. I know we played some Elite before. We're gonna play in my own here. Connect to the private group, and I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff. This ship that we're using right here, this is the new it's the Caspian Explorer. It was on early access for a while, and it has been released into the game to buy with credits, and it's not bad. I've done a little bit of playing around with it, but that is not the aspect of what we're going to be doing here in this game today. At the same time, as we're playing around, I will still keep checking the Star Citizen status, and if it happens that comes up, we'll jump into that. So, to first off, you're going to notice the name of this station. This is Colonel Charles Sonny Kagelman Station. A lot of people didn't realize about this game that you can actually run memorial projects in this game. It costs you a little bit of money, but they've rolled out a system that lets you do system colonization. So you can pick a star system that's close enough to another another inhabited system, and you can claim it, and you can build stations. And really what that is, that's a whole lot of hauling. That means you got a cargo ship, and you're spending days and days and days running materials from the pickup spot to your construction site. And once that's done, then you'll get something something like this. And let me show you this. This is the new station that this is called the Dodec station. It's a high technology station. We can get a good look at the I'm going the wrong way. we can get a good look at the Caspian Explorer while we're doing this. But I wanted to show you the layout of this station. It came out originally, like all things in this game, with an early release, to where it was given you you had to purchase the dodec, and once you it's in the back too. And once you get the dodec station purchased, then you can apply it one time without building it. So that's what we did. I put this dodec station as the first station in the system, and I'll show you the system name and everything about that here shortly. But that is the Caspian Explorer. It kind of has a lot of Star Trek kind of vibes with the dish and almost like a nacelle system. It will jump. It will jump faster or longer than any other ship in the game, and I have tested that. I've got a Mandalay that will jump pretty nicely. The Mandalay can do short jumps for longer and more sustainable, but this thing, the Caspian Explorer, if you configure it properly, it's you can take the neutron star jumps, and you can probably push around 500 light years. You can out jump a fleet carrier if you properly tune this ship between neutron stars. So that's something neat. Anyway, here we go. This is the dodec station, and on the inside it doesn't look too different from the others. The big difference in this one is that this one has it has tech brokers in it. So it's a high-tech station that means that you have a high-tech system. And a high-tech system does really good for trading. So this system is really set up, man, if you're wanting to make a lot of money doing hauling missions. This system that we are in right now is set up to allow that. We're talking 50 million hauling missions. 50 million credit missions are available here. But you have the little bar here, and you really can't consume any drinks or anything in this game, at least in its current state. But you can see on the inside of the station, it's pretty cool. It's definitely high tech. So the name on this station, this is Charles Sonny Kagelman. Sonny Kagelman was the namesake of VFW Post 382 out of El Reno before it merged with 4938. And Sonny Kagelman, he's known really big in the El Reno, Oklahoma community because he's their hometown hero. He gained notoriety and recognition in World War II by leading, I believe he's leading, or at least he was a part of one of the first bombing raids in Europe in the 40s. And he flew an A-20, I believe. And during that mission, he was able to drop his payload of bombs, and he noticed that there's an anti-aircraft gun pointing at him. He turned the nose of that gun towards it, took it out with his nose guns, took a lot of heavy damage. He lost one engine. He bounced that thing off the ground. He still flew it back to the base, right around sea level, from what I heard, with one engine, no landing gear, landed it safely. Everybody walked away. He was very, very highly decorated for that. Got his notoriety with that, and then he ended up going down, I believe, over the Philippines in a B-25 a couple years later. But he was a colonel, and he's one of the hometown heroes here. This is a weapon shop. If you're not used to this game, most of your stations have a Pioneer Supplies. There's something about this game that I should probably check too. Every week, each station inventory, your survival gear, it resets. And most of the stations have like specialty, almost legendary items for sale. It's always the same item in each station. The first person to get to that station after the server tick, you have access to whatever he's selling. I have not checked this guy yet.
Something catches your eye, let me know.
So let me see what he's got. Purchase weapons. What do you have? You got... These are mine, aren't they? No. So these are level 1. You get a TK Aphelion, and it's grade 2. These are all grade 1, but you have some grade 2 stuff in here, and you might have some armor that's also, I said legendary, I didn't mean legendary. Engineered. These are pre-engineered options that they have. So this one, we have a Maverick suit. It's grade 2, with the modification slots are unlocked, but there's nothing added to it. Oh no. No. So the Artemis suit is, oh, I'm sorry, the Maverick suit is, there's 3 different suits in this game. You have your Dominator suit, your Artemis suit, and your Maverick suit, and they all let you do different things. Your Dominator suit is your combat suit. Your Maverick suit is, I believe, is kind of your more balanced, and then the Artemis suit is the one that really lets you do your bioscanning and all of your sciencey type of stuff. I haven't played around with that too much, but I'm just showing you a little bitty thing that's in the game here. I'm really.
Anything else I could do for you? You know where to find
I
me.
got into this game because I like the ship combat. I don't care about the on-foot stuff. I don't care about the Odyssey expansion or most of the on-ground stuff. It's interesting. I like the way they did it, but yeah. So you can see it there on the right up here on the thing as you come. Oh, you can't jump in the station because it's not true magnetism. Or it should be able to, but you can see there, Charles Sonny Kageman Station, Colonel Charles Sonny Kageman Station. Now let's go ahead and get back out to the ship and show you what else we've done to this system. Because what I've done is I have built every available slot in this system. Every planet is fully full, and every orbital slot has been completely taken. And it's optimized. It's optimized really well. So give me just a second, and we'll get back out here to this thing. And I do apologize if I mess up on the controls. I have not played this game seriously since January or so, right before we started the Fallout run. And that was a good run too, man. I really enjoyed playing that. It was, Fallout 4. I think we started that in February, and it's now June. So, yeah, we pushed that pretty good. I enjoyed it, and I hope everybody else enjoyed it. One of the reasons why we wanted to make this change was we noticed kind of not getting the traction of views that we wanted to get, because I think Fallout 4 is rated M for mature, and that kind of hurts the audience that we're trying to put this out to. So we're switching over to some games that, even though I, your host, Recon Sarge, was playing it without using drugs, without using alcohol, and making the morally correct decisions, it's still a rated mature game. This one is not, and neither is Star Citizen. I believe Star Citizen has been aimed at 12 or 13 and up. So now that we're in here, I want to show you the system map. Oh, come on. I had to hit the space bar, don't I? Yeah, not E. Okay, so here we go. If you're watching, you can see the sector that we're in. Aritis sector. I always do terrible with those. Sector MY-P A6-1. It is an independent system. This system has 145 million people in it. Its government is a democracy. It does not have a nation state. And the economies are industrial extraction. Security level is medium. It's a T4 brown dwarf star. It's a really small star. It doesn't give off a whole lot of light. So that's kind of one issue. But it's still functional. That's probably one of the reasons why this system was left uninhabited as expansion happened all around it, because this is not really a valuable system. I think these are rocky bodies, right? That's ice worlds. Okay, so that's an ice world. That's an ice world. These are all ice worlds. So yeah, we got first footfall on most of these. One of the members of the squadron got first footfall on which one did he get? That one, Friar Tuck got the first footfall on that one. Basically, that means that you are the first one that has landed on that planet and left the ship and touched your feet on the soil. So we'll take any opportunity to do that. It gives you some credits, gives you a little bit of credence in the game. But what I wanted to get into now is show you some of the other memorial stuff here. So we've got this station here, and I'm just going to go to that one because let's hold the set. There we go. All right, and we can exit this, and we're going to go there. But I do want to show you what this station looks like. Space, not E. Got to keep remembering that. It's a different game. And as we're getting out of here, we can show you what this ship looks like too. This is the Caspian Explorer. If we could do this. So it's kind of got a Star Wars, well not Star Wars, Star Trek kind of theme to it. And when the landing gear goes up, your engines go out. I don't know if I actually have any weapons on this thing. I probably don't. But, and you can zoom in and see me sitting right there in the cockpit. Or I guess we should say on the bridge, right? So, the Dodec station, I like we call these noob hammers. The station itself rotates to maintain gravity, and it has these counterbalances all over it. I don't know if they're used for storage or what, but it's just fun because there's tons of videos of people getting smacked by the band hammers or the noob hammers. So this is the station. That's the Dodec. Kind of like the way this ship sounds too. Alright, let's go ahead and get out of here. Which button is my boost? I don't want to hit it. That's boost. I don't want to hit that one either. So in this game, what's different about this from Star Citizen? Man, there's a lot of them too. You actually have to get far enough away from the big object that you're by. There you go, mass lock. You see that on the bottom right, you have mass locked. That was locked, so I couldn't go anywhere. But now,
You are clear of station restriction.
now I can.
We hope to see you again, Commander.
If I can remember what my binding was to jump. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. I have not played this game in a bit. That's not it either. Well, all right, give me a moment here. Issues happen. Controls, ship controls, flight miscellaneous, super cruise. Oh, we don't have those bound. Hyperspace and super cruise. All right, so we want super cruise to be that. Yes. And we also want the hyperspace jump to be that. No, I can't have both, can I? Okay. Super cruise will have to be crud. I can put super cruise as this one. No, not that. Nope, don't want to do that either. Ship lights. Hang on a second. Silent, yeah, I never used silent running, so we'll do it that way. Okay, so this is hyperspace, and the other one is super cruise. Apply. Back to game, resume. And we're moving. What did I just do? There we go.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
So this station force, Sergeant First Class Randall S. Wren, that's a special one to me, and I will explain that in just a moment. We're gonna go Super Cruise Assist because I'm lazy. And we're just gonna let it guide itself in there. This station we're coming up to is an asteroid station. It's built into an asteroid. I've always thought that that was one of the coolest things that they put into the game was that. That kind of brings in a lot of elements of like the Expanse. It makes you think of Belters in the Expanse. So I enjoy that. I've always wanted to see this game get to a point where you could own one of those, and now you can. Sergeant First Class Randall Wren, he was my first section chief when I got out of basic training in AIT. And so if you haven't figured it out yet, every station that I name in this game is going to be named after someone who was killed in action in combat from the state of Oklahoma. So if you look at this station, or if you look at this system as a whole, every single name in here that's memorialized is a fallen soldier, fallen service member from Oklahoma. Just think about that for a second. It occurred to me that I could do this, and I really wanted to jump into it, and I got really passionate about it. I think for about a month I really did nothing but sit here and haul cargo back and forth. We've got one station or one system nearby that's owned by another member of the squadron, and it's got, I think, one station that's been named there as well. So here's the sun. It almost looks like a planet. It's a brown dwarf, very, very dim sun, which would explain why all you have is ice planets here. Is it gonna make me hit the exclusion zone? It might. This system doesn't have all the ringed planets like what I would try to have, because that means you can hunt pirates. You can still do pirate hunting. You just have to go and take targets and, you know, hunt them down and take them out, which is not a problem. But the easy way to doing things, the way that I made a lot of my money, was using a ship that's designed as an AFK ship, and you park it into a pirate hot zone, and you have a piece of cargo on there that they want, and you let the turrets just kill everything as they come in wave after wave. And I mean, we made a lot of money that way. It really does not increase your combat rating that much. That's why I'm still not elite in combat. So let's see if I can turn on the.
Zorgan, Peterson, Delta, Victor, Romeo.
Why do we do that? I want that one.
Standard docking request before attempting
Ship.
to land.
Night vision. Oh. Night vision's on. There we go. Okay. So now you can see this unassuming asteroid here with Randy's name on it. And then, lo and behold, there's an entrance. And you have to be within 7.5 kilometers to request landing, and we are definitely within that. You go to contacts and request docking, and if you have the proper module installed, which I do, then it just completely takes over for you, and then you can go and get some cool shots.
Welcome aboard.
Jack, thank you very much for enlisting and helping us out. Appreciate that. And landing gear comes out and your engines go in. But as you can see, this one is definitely built into an asteroid. This is an extraction point, and there nearby to the station you have a
Docking complete.
let's go back and look at that.
It's good to have you with us, Commander.
Go to the system map here. So right next to the asteroid base, we have an asteroid belt. So that determines that the NPCs can get the economy going, you know. So the this system is stable on its own. It requires absolutely nothing from me, which I like. Is, as you know from watching me play Fallout 4, I don't want to have to get too involved in stuff. Once I get it set up, I want it to run, and that's what this one is doing. And just to show you what we're looking like here, we can go to, whoops, we don't want to do that. We want to hit enter. System architect payment. What am I getting every week for this? I'm getting 6.93 million credits every week. The score is 77%. I still don't have a happiness rating, and this thing's been up since January. Maybe this is just not going to show. But then my weekly upkeep for the carrier is costing me okay. The carrier cost me 5 billion. No, I'm sorry. 5 million a week. But system architect payments is 6.9 million a week. What that means is that this system is profitable enough that I don't have to make payments on my fleet carrier anymore. And that's usually one of the things that keeps people from getting a fleet carrier is, well, I don't know if I'm going to have the money. I've had a lot of friends that have played this game that lost their fleet carrier because they just couldn't maintain the income stream for it. This system that we worked on, it keeps the fleet carrier going. So we definitely like that. Let's see what this starport's got on it. So in this station, we have an administrative contact, we have a combat bond, you have a search and rescue contact, you have a system colonization contact. So if you're wanting to do colonization, you can come to any station within the Mission 4938 station and see any of these things that we have named and memorialized, and you can go to this system colonization contact and you can select a claim for a new station. And it even lists you possible systems that you can move to. So anything on here that's green, you can grab by using this station as your anchor point. So you got this one. Yeah, you got a bunch of them around here that are all within this little bubble. And so that's what you would need. But all these other systems out here, these are all inhabited too. There, I got the word right the first time. Excuse me. You can go to any of these too. Just pick a system that you want, and then find a system nearby that's got a station, and get started. Simple as that. So there's not really that much you can do here, but let's look at the commodities market, see what this station is providing. So that it's selling a lot of hydrogen fuel, a lot of mineral oil, a lot of water. It's got survival equipment. So you can use a lot of the materials that are in this station and every other station within the system to start your own supply runs for a neighboring system as well. You can definitely do that. I think that there's going to be some things that's going to require you to travel maybe 10 light years out to get maybe some of your composites, and I don't think I have Yeah, so I don't have steel, I don't have aluminum here. I've got your raw minerals, but as far as metals, we got cobalt, gold, palladium, and silver. The cobalt, that's a big supply of cobalt. There's not too much really valuable stuff in this system, but like I said, it pays the fleet carrier, and that's really all I needed. I'm never gonna lose my fleet carrier. Um, so that's been a fun one, and give me a second here. Let me check this other launcher. Star Citizen is still under maintenance. Yeah, it's probably going to be under maintenance for another hour. Um, so we'll probably touch on that Wednesday if it's working. I know Friday I will definitely not be streaming next Friday. We have the VFW State Convention for Oklahoma Department coming up here next weekend, and I will be up there enjoying every little bit of information that comes out, and all the great camaraderie and getting to know old friends that we've known. Um, that's one aspect that really brought me into the VFW and to other veteran organizations too. So let me go in here and we can talk about some of this stuff. The system map again. One of the reasons I did this, why I named each station like I did, because it laid out with rank, first, middle, last name if possible. And all you have to do, if you want to find out about these veterans and service members that we're memorializing with this system, you just have to pull up Google, and you can just type in Sergeant First Class Randall S. Wren, and you'll find out all kinds of stuff about him. View all kinds of. This one is supposed to. Okay, I need to rename this one for sure. And then we have Sergeant First Class Tony K. Burris, Security Orbital. That's a security station. You can't interact with it, but you can see the name. And Tony Burris is the namesake for the Blanchard, Oklahoma post. Then down here we have Dozier Enterprises. I haven't renamed that one yet. Fob Dogwood. Fob Dogwood, that is the camp that I was at in Iraq in 2003. And so that is not a station. That is my fleet carrier. Then under that we have Spec 4 Walter L. Pointer Orbital. He was killed in action, I believe, in Vietnam. We have Colonel Charles Sonny Kageman Station, which you guys have seen that one already. I need to rename that one still. We've got PFC Serena N. Butcher Orbital. And then you can look on each planet as well and see what each one's got, I think. Let's look at that. No? Planetary information. You're not going to show me the installations, are you? Planet is at full capacity. But we might have to fly down there and check it out. And then we got, each one of these little moons and planets, they have stuff on them. Usually there's a science outpost and a refinery on most of them. We do have a space bar out here too. Fairbane's Folly. That's a bar. That's going to bring in pirate activity, which lets you do pirate hunting missions within your system. And it increases, it helps to increase, I think it does something with security a little bit too. Vonnegut Sanctuary, we've got a Malachinko platform, and I think that's a farming platform. I'm pretty sure that was a space farm. And we have another member's fleet carrier still residing out here too, Sipper Gumby, which is, I believe, always flexible. So that's been a big project that I worked on kind of in the background since, when did I start that? I think I started that around probably before Thanksgiving. And I worked on that for months. But I wanted to show that to you. So you can do this too in this game as well. But if you really want to put something out there for people to find, you basically turn this system into a memorial ground. It's allowable within the game, and we like that. I want to do more of this too. I need a little bit more time. There's something else that we can do too. They just released a new ship that I have never used. So we're gonna go back to Sunakagama Station because that's where all my stuff is at. We're gonna go back there, get changed into a different ship, and then I would like to go and purchase. There's actually two new things. So just like Star Citizen has your SLFs, well, not SLFs, we call them snub fighters, and they're small ships. They're heavily armed. They're meant as little fighters. They can't take out a really big ship, but they can support you. So they have that in this game. They have it in Star Citizen 2. This game just put out a new SLF fighter that I believe is an exploration. It's a ship launch explorer. So in case you're flying like this ship here, I think it was made for this ship, and you don't really want to have to get out, but you want to scoot around quickly and take some scans and stuff. That's the one to do it with. It might be early access. It's probably early access, honestly. Wrong button again. There we go.
4, 3, 2.
But I want to take you guys out to Jameson Memorial and maybe get our hands on that new ship. They gave us a ship to bring in some more mission variety, and this one's free, I believe, or at least you could buy it with credits, but it didn't go early access, so you didn't have to spend real money on it. But this one is it's a personnel hauler, so you can do civilian tourism missions in this game. You go and you load up, and they want to go see something spectacular. You take them to see some kind of spectacular stellar phenomenon. And you will know that you're in a system that's nearby a stellar phenomenon based on the sheer number of belugas and whales and dolphins that are in that system. Belugas, whales, and dolphins, those are like micro cruise ships, I suppose. I feel like I want to go a little bit faster here, man. It's going, but we're gonna bypass the Super Cruise Assist here and go a little bit quicker. Like we talked about before, if you level out and stop the acceleration before you hit 7 seconds from target, it should pull you back to within a escapable speed. So I'll just nose up to it when I get closer to 7 seconds, and then she'll pull right in. There we go. 9 seconds. Come out a little bit faster, it gets you to the point faster. What kind of ships are in this system right now? We got a Scout, Transporter, Diamondback Scout, Viper Mark III, and System Authority vessels. I hope everybody's had a really good week here. Been a busy one for us. Been a busy week, yeah. We had our post meeting last night, and we're all ready and geared up and prepared for the state convention, which is happening in Norman next weekend. It looks like almost all the ducks are in the row, and then I realized I don't have ducks. I have a goose that probably has rabies. It's always going to be chaos. I usually just kind of throw stuff up into the air and take it as it comes down. Figuratively, I don't actually throw things in the air. But you throw the ideas up, and then the ones that come down in time, you put them to use. Mental compartmentalization, or whatever you want to call it. That is not the entrance.
Sorgan Peterson, Delta, Victor, Romeo. Thank you for choosing our station, Commander. We hope you find everything to your liking.
Don't hit me. I don't want to get hit. I mean, I could just do auto dock, but the auto dock computer does not account for the noob hammers. You will get smacked with auto dock on. There we go. Now we're safe from the noob hammers. Oh, not F1, the one key.
Access granted. Please head directly to Bay 17.
Both of these games that I'm working on right now have they have a little bit different controls. I've been playing Star Citizen a lot more recently than I have this one, so I had to change the key bindings to be able to travel. Not a big deal. That's a great thing about games like this, is it's versatile. You can change the controls or whatever you want it to be. And we can turn off the stinking night vision now, because that's off-putting. I don't want everything to have a green hue to it. Okay, that's just been checking things out and walking around. Let's get a different ship. I don't want to use a Sidewinder or the Blessed Pickaxe. Frankie's Explorer, that's the one we're doing. It's a much smaller ship. It does the same thing as this one, but much more responsive. And even though I enjoy the Mandalay Explorer, I'm sorry, the Caspian Explorer, I like the Mandalay so much more. This has been a fun little ship. It's very versatile. It doesn't do that great in combat, but it looks mean. It's really fast. I don't have any weapons on it at all, but this thing's got a great jump range. I've taken this thing into the black multiple times. Really enjoyed it. So I want to go and check out. Yeah, we can take that off. Actually, no, we want that on stations. Excuse me. Yeah, we're on stations. Galaxy map. I'm gonna go to Jameson. Not with an I. Jameson Memorial. Right there. In Shinrata Desra. And that is 230 light years away. And I can do it in 3 jumps in this ship. 3 jumps without using a neutron star. That's why I like this ship. So let's just go get to it. And we're not playing in the open, so I'm not going to get ganked by somebody. I know there's a lot of people that get salty about that. I just choose not to deal with it. This is not equipped for combat, and I am not going to play around with putting myself in a position that I have to evade. If I want combat against players, I'll log into open with a ship that's capable of doing that. There, right there, I believe that is a that's either a dolphin or a beluga. And it's NPC. Clear the station. Boost. Get the heck out of here. And we are almost not mass. There we go. Mass lock's gone. I'm not using mouse and keyboard. I am using a Sci-Tech, which is Logitech X52 Pro, as my HOTAS, which stands for hands on throttle and stick. So I got my throttle here. I'm sorry, I got my stick here. I got the throttle over here. I can't show it on camera right now. It doesn't get that angle, but that's what we're playing with. So when I'm playing this game, or if I'm playing Star Citizen, it's going to be done with that setup. We're gonna do that boost real quick, get around this sun, and jump again. That's one of the upgrades that they put in when they started releasing new ships is a SCO drive. It's a Super Cruise Overdrive. It lets you boost while in Super Cruise. And they're really neat. Really neat to get somewhere a little bit faster. It saves you just a little bit of time. And a Recon Sarge is all about saving a little bit of time. You have to... If you're traveling in a straight line somewhere, you have to kind of go around each sun. You don't want to go through the sun. You won't make it. There we go. Shinrada Desra. That's the target system. So yeah, this ship, I think... Let me just double check what my range is on this, because we can jump 81.64 light years in this ship with no cargo. 81 light years. And most of my other ships, they might be able to get 10. Any of the combat ships I've got, if you gotta hump that thing in there with a fleet carrier. You know, it's almost like an airborne drop. Like my Federal Corvette cannot make it very far because she's just too heavy. She's nothing but guns. Same thing with the Type 10. It's even though it's AFK, it's nothing but guns and armor. It is not equipped for long journeys. If you want to take a long journey, you do something like this. Jameson Memorial. Super Cruise Assist. And let's get lined up and go. Maybe we can boost out to it a bit. Yeah, that's good enough. And just let it bring me in. I've been playing this game since right around COVID. I've been playing this version of this game since right around COVID. However, as a kid, because you know, I'm 50, I was born in '75. As a kid, we had a Commodore 64. A lot of people don't realize about some of the current games is we have games today that we're playing that are inspired by things that happened in the days of old, I guess you could say. 1984, Frontier started off with Elite, which was on Commodore. It really made a big push when it came out on a Commodore Amiga. It might have been on a Tandy too. I don't know. I never had a Tandy. But it was a fun game. It wasn't anything near this, but the lore is still the same basic game. Granted, they threw in Thargoids, and I will be honest with you, I am not that player that likes to kill Thargoids. I run away from Thargoids. Not that I can't do it, or I don't know if I can do it or not. I've never actually engaged one with hostile intent. Usually I pop smoke and scoot as soon as one of them shows up. But there are players, there are YouTube streamers, and I'm sure that if you're watching this, you've probably seen Commander Meccan waiting until a ship comes out, and then within 30 minutes he goes and kills a Hydra Thargoid with that ship. It was humorous to watch him do the what was it, the new mining ship, was it the Type 9 or whatever the mining specific ship that they gave us is. He used that and he took out a Hydra with no problems at all. So there's people in this game that can, and I'll get to that in a second. That's the big thing that's different about this game between Star Citizen and this, is that you can put almost any component in almost any slot. You can take a dedicated fighter and you shouldn't, but you can turn it into a mining ship. It's not going to be a good mining ship, it's not going to be fun to use, but you can mine with it. Can't do that in Star Citizen. Star Citizen, if you want to run salvage, you're buying a salvage ship. If you want to run mining, you're buying a mining ship, and they're expensive. But this one, you can just, and that's why we came to Jameson Memorial. Jameson Memorial is one of these stations that if you have unlocked it, and you unlock this system by gaining 1 rank in Elite on anywhere across the board. One Elite gives you a permit to this locked system. And this system sells every ship at an Elite discount, and it sells every available module in the game. Every weapon that you want is here. Every shield bank that you want is here. Every mining laser, anything that you could ever want in the game is in this station. Available for purchase at a discount depending on your Elite. So that's where we're at. Jameson Memorial. Jameson is I want to say that the character that you played in the original Elite was Jameson. He was an explorer, and his crash, his shipwreck is nearby here, and you can visit it and you can read his story. You can read his data logs on what brought him down and all the chaos and drama that led to his demise while you're standing there at his ship reading the stuff. So I was happy that they put that into the game. Let's go to Shipyard and purchase ships. You can see that there's 46 ships available here. You got the wonderful little Sidewinder that everybody starts off with. You have the Eagle, Hauler. I have never flown a Hauler. I've never also flown an Adder. You get your Eagle, like we said. Then you have the Imperial Eagle, which is basically an improved, a little bit more streamlined Eagle. I think it's got better guns on it. You get the Viper Mark III. A lot of people love this Viper Mark III. It's still a very relevant ship. The Cobra Mark III, that's a fun one. The Cobra's got some upgrades too. So then you have the Viper Mark IV, which is a step up from the 3. You have your Diamondback Scout. Those are really great for introductory exploration in the game. The Type 6 Dolphin. There we go. 1.17 million for the Dolphin. Diamondback Explorer, which is a bigger version of the Diamondback Scout. Cobra Mark V. I have one of those. That's one of the newer ships, and it's easily one of the fastest, if not the fastest ship in the game. It's definitely very, very agile. It replaced several of my ships that I had. Imperial Courier. I'm not speaking right. The Imperial Courier. I actually got rid of mine that I loved because of the Cobra Mark V. It just does everything better. Keelback, Asp Scout. There's the original Vulture. You have your Asp Federal Dropship. A lot of these are old ships. There's the Mandalay that I'm currently using, and it's 15 million. Alliance Chieftain, old ships. Imperial Clipper, I don't like that one. There it is, the Type 8 Transporter. That was one of them. One of the newer ships that they gave us. It's a medium cargo ship, so it's like a Python, but you can put more stuff in it. And now, especially with the pre-engineered cargo racks that they give us with some of the community goals, that lets you have a cargo rack with an extra 50% in it that doesn't take up any more space. There's the Orca, the Fer-de-Lance. That used to be the ship that everybody wanted, especially like your PvPers. It's still widely used. It's just a mean and nasty ship. If you wanted to go silent running with that, with nothing but heat sinks and shieldless, you can dominate one-on-one and probably up to one-on-3 scenarios with that one if you're the right pilot. But anyway, I'm just killing time. Yeah, the Type 11 Prospector, that was the one that I mentioned I saw Commander Meccan just taking stuff apart with it. The cool thing about this ship is that it has a bespoke mining weapon on it. It's like a Gatling laser from Fallout or whatever. It's a rotary mining laser that acts like a minigun and just sprays. Lynx Highliner, that's the one that we're here for. That is the new passenger liner. Ooh, I don't like the look of it. But I'm going to buy one. Right? Because why not? We're going to buy one. It will take medium-sized landing pads. Okay, so it's basically the Imperial... I'm sorry. I'm mixing words together in syllables today. It takes the Imperial cutter down one size and does the same job. A lot of people used to like to use the cutter for cargo stuff because one, it's the most expensive ship. It might still be the most expensive. Nope. Panther Clipper is the most expensive now, but the Imperial cutter is very close. Federal Corvette, that's my little monster. I love that one. Game is running a little bit slow on bringing up stuff, but yeah, I can't move it around, can I? Okay, we wanted to try the Lynx Highliner. Yeah, we'll buy it. And it puts us in the ship, and we can get a little bit better look at it. I want to go to the surface so I can get a better look at this thing with the camera. What do you think? Okay. Let's take a look here. Looks like a backwards tuning fork for one. I'm not sure I like that. But the big test is going to be how does it fly? There's something else new that we're not used to here. Can you actually go in that? So you've got ramps that lead up to an opening in the ship, and that's not something that we actually have before. I'm going to play with that. Now let's see what kind of outfitting we can do to it. Never mind that. I need money, don't I? I need some money. We'll do it this way, unlike Fallout 4, and this does not require me to use console commands. I'm just going to do a quick bank transfer. The carrier has 8.3 billion, and I only need to borrow just, I don't know, just a little bit. Can I have like 150 million? There. Still have over 8 billion credits in the carrier. Okay, Starport Services. Let me go into outfitting, and I apologize. I have to step away from the keyboard for just a moment, but I will be right back. If I could find my there it is. 1 second. All right, and we're back. Camera. All right, so this thing has got a large hard point and 4 mediums. It's got 4 utility mounts, size 5 power plant, size 6 thrusters, size 5 FSD, 5 distributor. It's not horrible. Optional internal, that's going to be the big thing. So your biggest slots you have, and this is already pre-configured for passenger hauling, even though they're smaller than they should be. It's got a size 5 and a size 6. It's got then 2 size 4s and a size 5. So we can move those around a little bit. And I don't really even want to play around with this ship that much, but it's got. You cannot put a fighter hangar into this ship. Okay, but you can put a lander on it. Okay, I'm gonna get back into the Mandalay, and then we'll fly back home and just have them ship the new one out there, just because. Oh, now I have to figure out where. Galaxy map. I think I could just type in ARIETIS sector. There it is, right there at the top. MYP A60. Yep, 230 light years away. Actually, I'm not going to A60, I'm going to A61. That's home. A60, I believe, is, I think Moxzilla did that one. We can go check that one out, too. I think that one's got Francis Hamilton Station in it. Let's do that. We'll go check out his. See what he's done to it. Another great Mission 4938 squad member out here, crushing it, killing it. We're all doing our own things in what we're doing in the community, but we try to come in here and have a little bit of I don't know, you want to call it self-care or relaxation time or just enjoyment, entertainment. You got to find something that helps you. And for many of us veterans that are Gen Xers, gaming kind of helps satisfy that. I'm going to do something unorthodox here, and I'm just going to skip the process and leave early. And I did not get a crime stat. Or, sorry, that's the wrong game. I didn't get in trouble, didn't get any fines. Yeah, this thing's got a stupid speed of almost 500 kilometers a second, or sorry, 500 meters a second, with just thrusters.
Frameshift drive charging.
And I think my Imperial Courier only did like 4.
Have a safe journey.
So most of your newer ships make the old stuff obsolete just by their existence.
3, 2, fuel switch disengaged.
Oh. I can't jump while we're under there we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
You get a safety time delay when you pop a boost like that.
Four, three,
Is that a neutron I'm coming up on? I think I'm coming up on a neutron. Maybe not. Is there a neutron star in this system? No, there is not. Those are pretty, though. Somebody's moved into this, haven't they? Yeah. Those are all atmospheric icy bodies, aren't they? The blue circle that you see around a planet, that means it's atmosphere. And that means you cannot land on it. We have not given ourselves the ability to land on atmospheric planets yet. They can do it in Star Citizen. That's one of the big differences is that everything that's in Star Citizen you can land on and interact with. It's a lot of the stuff feels more full in that game versus this, but at the same time you got 3 solar systems in Star Citizen. One of them doesn't even have any planets yet. Versus this is I'm gonna say it again. This is a 1-to-1 scale model of the Milky Way galaxy. In case you hadn't seen it, let me demonstrate the Milky Way galaxy. So this is what we call the bubble. This is where Sol is. This is where Earth is. This is where everything, the bubble of humanity is here. Then you have the center of the Milky Way, Sagittarius A. I've been there a few times. I'd love to take you guys there sometime. We might do that sometime in the future. You have down here, this is the Colonia region. This is one that over the years the humans have colonized out here. And it's a really nice region too. The stars look completely different in the Colonia area versus back over here in the bubble where we're used to. So there's that. But you can go anywhere on here. You could plot a point to anywhere in this. So let's see if we can find something here to. There's really not much out here though, is there? Well, no, because I have it on power play. Never mind. And I'm not going to mess around with those settings right now.
Frameshift drive charging.
I messed up my charge, didn't I?
Frameshift drive charging.
I can't boost while I'm doing that. Not in Super Cruise anyway.
4, 3, 2.
All right. So here we are. Vital Point, King Vista, and Francis E. Hamilton. Francis E. Hamilton is a Dodec station, and I'll take you to that one too. It should be just like mine, but I don't know. We'll go take a look at that while we're here. It's 3.7 light seconds away. We are going to boost. Because that's far ways out there. I was going to show you guys some ship combat, but I think we've highlighted that enough in the past. We can do that here another time. I'm just kind of wanting to ease my way back into this style of gameplay after 4 months of the ruins of the Commonwealth, right? While we're doing this, I'm going to go here and check. It is still under maintenance. Probably going to be under maintenance for a while. I was going to do a 2-hour stream today. And we're gonna have a lot of fun with Star Citizen. But I was surprised by that patch. And I will appreciate the patch if it actually does what it's supposed to do. Get back into that, you know? There's a whole lot to cover on that we haven't touched on before. But it's also a much more immersive game. And I'm not taking either of these two games apart. I thoroughly enjoy both of them, but for different aspects. I enjoy the system behind what they did to this game, and but when it comes to Star Citizen, when we jump into that one, I just love how immersive it is and how detailed it is. And it's like you got extra stuff that you have to do. You have to you don't have the auto docking like you do on this one. You don't have that at all. You manually do everything in Star Citizen, whether it's pulling into a hangar or doing extraction or anything. I will say this though, that Star Citizen has a much better FPS gameplay on it. So I think that the on-foot stuff on this game was poorly implemented, poorly optimized, and I really think that they did that just to well, Star Citizen was getting more traction, and they had it. So Frontier Development had to do that with this game too. Rollout wasn't that great. It wasn't very well received, and then they also they cannibalized their own console stuff. That's the thing that upset a lot of people about this current game here. Is it was on console, it was on PlayStation, it was on Xbox, and it was on computer, and it was when they came out with the Odyssey expansion, they stopped development on consoles. And that really alienated a lot of people. So that's what we got. This is the Francis E. Hamilton station. Francis Hamilton is the namesake for our post 4938. And you can research on him as well. He's another local. One of the local fallen. So I will continue to do this as funds allow. Now, however, it does cost some money to do that, so we are going to have to come up with a way. We just start implementing that. If we decide to get back into this game like more hardcore, more fully, then we can we can expand on that, and we can make multiple systems. We'll have to figure out how many KIAs there are for Oklahoma and make a station for each one of them. I kind of got a feeling that even if we stick it to a low number of total KIAs from Oklahoma, and I don't know the statistics, hopefully there's somebody in the chat that does know the statistics, it would take us multiple systems to be able to do this. It would take a lot of people to be able to do that. It would be a fun project. It would be a labor of love that doesn't carry with it a whole lot of appreciation, but it would be fun to do. But let me check this launcher over here one last time. It is still under maintenance. Okay. I'm not going to play around with it too much right now, guys. I really had a different plan for the stream. We just had to shoot from the hip and improvise a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed the project that I did here. I hope you enjoy this game. If you got any ideas for things that you want to see me try to do, like I do mining, I can do some mining stuff We can do exploration stuff. You can reach out to us on all the socials because we're on all of them. I don't want to have to mention each one of them. Or you can reach out to us. You can send us an email at gaming@vfw4938.org and tell us what you think. Things that you'd like to do. I've got this game. I've got several others that I don't even know if they'd stream well, but they're fun to play. So we'll get back into that. We got some more stuff coming up here this weekend. I believe we're going to have some interviews start being aired. We did a lot of interviews when we had the Wall That Heals here in Edmond, and we're going to start airing more and more of those personal interviews here on our pages as well. But it is the weekend, and it is the first weekend of June. So I don't know what you guys got planned this weekend, but I've got to do some yard work, and I've got some relaxing to do in preparation for for everything here for next weekend. So if you're still watching us, go enjoy the weekend. Drink a lot of water, mow the yard, watch a movie, order pizza, do something for some self-care. We don't have to take everything absolutely serious in life. There's aspects and there's time periods where everything's handled. We can take a back step and just enjoy this for just a little bit. And that's kind of what these sessions are for when I do these twice a week. This is time that I need to unplug. And let's be taught to people. Let's be taught to myself. Nobody else does that, right? I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, guys. We will see you on Wednesday. Like I said, go out there, mow the yard, grill some burgers, order pizza, spend time with family this weekend. You never know how much longer you're going to have them, okay? We'll see you all on Wednesday. Have a good one.
And now, our national anthem.